Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome to my student. We are in the second meeting in Introduction to Media Studies. Today, I would like to explain about media as institution. What is the meaning of media as institution? Why we should understand that media is part of institution, and what the characteristic of media institution. So actually, now we are talk about how in ideal perspective, how media actually gives us many of information and then many of message that deliver to the audience, and how media actually conduct as a ideal institution. So ideal institution is, of course, is quite different with the reality of condition. So media institution needs to be freedom, for instance, and then diversity, and also equality, support equality value, something like that. And we need to understand that actually media has a main job, main task, that main activity of media is the production and distribution of symbolic content. So we can see in here, I have a picture. This is how media actually promote or represents about the representation of the beauty, of a woman, Indonesian woman, through the product. Product is looks as a body shower, or sabun mandis, as a soap, for instance. We can see how actually media produce a distribution of symbolic of content. We can see in here, when media produces symbolic as a content, we can see what the meaning of the beauty. The meaning of the beauty that we can see is represents like a woman who has a skinny body and also Western face, for instance, or we call it Indo. It means that beauty is constructed by the media. And the second one, media actually should operate in the public sphere and are regulated. So media should be responsible and result-oriented in cases of social awareness or public issue which needs to be focused. So the issue of the public needs to be enhancing by media. Media should convey public interest, public issues. But actually, it's quite different in Indonesia today, that we can see. For instance, one of the owner of the media in Indonesia is also owner of the political parties, for instance. So the ideality of media, it can be changed, that media should be openness, should be freedom, should be support diversity, is quite challenging in Indonesia today. And the third is about participation as sender or receiver is voluntary. And we see that the sender and also the audience should be voluntary. Harus bersuka hati untuk mengikuti atau bekerja sama atau memberi kontribusinya, for instance. There is a lot of media that provide many information that based on public interest. And also not only in mass media, but also in digital media, we can see there is a certain media that actually give a viaduct, place or medium to writer to write a public issue, for instance, konde.co, seperti gender, and then rahma.id, It's also about how media give a place for a writer who want to write anything, yeah, about humanistic, about journalism, about gender equality, and so on and so on. And then fourth, organization is professional and bureaucratic in form. It means that become a professional media, yeah, you need to have an institution. So if you are remember in the senior high school, it should be, it's already explained, yeah, it should be explained by your teacher. Institution, it means that the party or the institution, it means that lembaga who has a characteristic, has the owner, yeah, has the leader, has a journalist, something like that. Jadi institusi itu pasti punya hierarki. Institusi itu pasti punya struktur ya dalam sebuah perusahaan atau corporate. Sehingga apa? Sehingga sangat penting gitu untuk melihat bahwa institusi media itu juga harus seperti itu. So birokratis ya, birokratik ya, inform is also important untuk menyelenggarakan sebuah media. Kenapa? Karena kalau media itu punya struktur, maka akan banyak seleksi dalam pembuatan berita. Nah, itu yang membuat berita itu bisa disaring dulu ya, atau dipertanggungjawabkan dulu sebelum disampaikan ke audiens. And the fifth, media are both free and powerless. It means that journalists and broadcaster, part of media, are under increasingly strong moral pressure to act well with what power they have to protect basic rights by exercising them to distribute unpopular information and by defending the right of others to do the same. So we also understand that media should serve, it should be serve public interest, yeah. Journalists, broadcasters should be understand that they are what is it? Pelayan, yeah. They are serving public interest, kepentingan publik gitu. So it's also important that they are need to be free. Maksudnya free di sini adalah lepas dari bayang-bayang kekuasaan, but also it should be powerless karena dia harus melayani publik. Jadi kekuatannya tidak boleh absolut. Ya, kekuatannya harus merujuk kepada kepentingan publik. And then media organization need to apply the ideal principle. First, freedom or kebebasan ya, equality, kesetaraan ya, and then diversity or keragaman. Nah, we need to understand that media principle is based on 2 points ya, struktur and performa or kinerja. So struktur, it means that ya, how media system including organization, ownership, ya, regulation, facilities, it should be there, it should be enhancing, it should be built by the principle of media. And then perform, ya, kinerja. What kind of content that should be, shown to the audience? It's also based on freedom, yeah, equality, and diversity. Freedom, kebebasan ya, level structure. The absence of censorship, yeah, licensing or other control by government so that there is an unhindered right to publish and disseminate news and opinion and no obligation to publish what one does not wish to. Freedom, yeah, level structure principle, structure level. the media should free. They're not waiting the control by government, so they can spread out the true journalism, the reality, and to encourage public interest. And then the second one, the equal right and possibility for citizens to have access to channels of expression. And then the third, publication as well as access as receiver, right to communicate. So we can see in here prinsip kebebasan, independence of channels, access to channels, diversity of content. The fourth, real independence from excessive control and interference by owners and outside political or economical interests. Bebas kontrol dan campur tangan yang berlebihan dari pemilik dan kepentingan politik atau ekonomi di luar media. Why? It's because the real independence, when media have a real independence, so they can give the true information to the public. And the fifth, competitiveness of the system with limits to media concentration and cross-ownership. We can see freedom for news media to obtain information from relevant source that also support the competition. Jadi kompetisi itu dilihat sebagai sesuatu yang baik. Karena kompetisi, orang bisa media bisa menunjukkan kualitas dia. Karena kompetisi, orang bisa individu atau media bisa menampilkan yang terbaik versi mereka. Nah, kira-kira begitu. By level of performance, free media should not be unduly conformist and should be marked by diversity of opinion and information. Media media bebas tidak boleh terlalu konformis dan harus ditandai dengan keragaman opini dan informasi. So there is a diversity of opinion, for instance. They should carry out an investigate and watchdog role on behalf of the public. Ada fungsi media untuk mengawasi. Media harus melakukan peran investigasi pengawasan atas nama publik. So therefore, media should be independent. Kalau dia tidak independent, they can't control the the situation, the public interest. Tapi kalau dia independen, maka informasinya akan cenderung bisa memihak kepada audiens, kepada halayak ramai gitu. A free media system is characterized by innovation and independence. Sistem media gratis dan dicirikan oleh inovasi dan kemandirian. Harusnya bisa diakses secara gratis. Fourth, condition of freedom should lead to originality, creativity, and great diversity. Lagi-lagi pada diversity, keberagaman. Kita tidak boleh hanya melihat media menyuarakan kelas menengah saja misalkan, atau kelas atas saja. But there is a partiality, ada keberpihakan, that we can see how media actually voicing a voiceless, orang yang tidak punya suara itu justru harus diberikan oleh media karena orang akan bisa tahu isu-isu publik. Free media will be prepared when necessary to offend the powerful, express controversial views, and deviate from convention and from the commonplace. Media harus bisa ditampilkan untuk bisa mengkritik, do a critic. And see as to express controversial view, Jadi untuk bisa mengkritik pihak yang berkuasa, mengungkapkan pandangan yang kontroversial, ini sangat penting gitu. Karena tadi menjadi gatekeeper, menjadi watchdog of the government, menjadi anjing penggonggong gitu, anjing penjaga dari government, pemerintah. Second one is equality or kesetaraan ya, equality. So equality is very important is because it can support media to have equal access ya. Aksesnya bisa open, terbuka ya. Bisa membuat news atau berita jadi proporsional ya, can be proportional. And then diversity ya, change reach ya, bisa mengubah situasi, bisa meraih situasi tertentu ya, bisa menjangkau situasi tertentu. And then objectivity, harus netral, harus fairness, harus benar. Ya, equality support policy of universal provision in broadcasting and telecommunication and of sharing out the cost of basic services. Kesetaraan tidak boleh berlawanan dengan nilai-nilai kemanusiaan yang sifatnya universal. Apa itu? Ya, keadilan, saling menghormati, empati, dan simpati. Equality also implies that the normal principle of the free market should operate freely, fairly, and transparently. Kesetaraan juga harus mendukung pasar bebas. So the competition is take the important things. Ya, berkompetisi itu penting karena dari kompetisi itu media bisa bersaing untuk memberikan yang terbaik, gitu ya. Kira-kira begitu. And in the level performance, equality requires that no special favor, tidak ada perlakuan yang khusus yang diberikan oleh media untuk beberapa pihak. Ya, even though now in Indonesia it's very difficult. Yeah, it's because the owner of the media is quite the same with the owner of the political party. In diversity, we need to understand that there is a structure. Yeah. Opening the way for social and cultural change, especially where it takes the form of giving access to new, powerless, or marginal voices. The second one, providing a check on the misuse of freedom, yeah. For instance, where the free market leads the concentration of ownership. And then the third, enabling minorities to maintain their separate existence in a larger society. The fourth, limiting social conflict by increasing the chance of understanding between potentially opposed group and interests. So, media should be a, moderating a conflict in the society. Bukan sebaliknya, bukan malah memanas-manasi ya. Media bukannya malah menjadi provokator, tapi tidak. Media justru bisa moderating issue. Kalau ada orang yang salah persepsi tentang orang Papua, lah media harusnya bisa menjembatani bahwa stereotiping orang Papua itu salah selama ini. Ya, justru harus mengclearkan, kira-kira begitu. The fifth, adding generally to the richness and variety of cultural and social life. Menambah kekayaan dan variasi kehidupan budaya dan sosial secara umum. There is a variation of the content. Ya, it's very important. Jadi kontennya harus sangat macam-macam, tidak boleh itu saja. Maximizing the benefit of the free marketplace of ideas. Memaksimalkan manfaat gagasan pasar bebas, kompetisi tujuan untuk menampilkan konten yang beragam. In the level of performance, media should reflect in their structure and content the various social, economic, and cultural realities of the society and communities. Ya, media harus merefleksikan berbagai realitas sosial, ekonomi, dan budaya masyarakat. And the second, media should offer more or less equal chances of access to the voices of various social and cultural minorities that make up the society. Harus bisa memberikan suara bagi orang-orang yang minoritas. Voicing the voiceless. Ya, memberikan suara pada orang yang tidak bisa bersuara. Ya, itu sangat penting. And then media should serve as platform for different interests and points of view in a society or community. And the fourth, media should offer relevant choices of content at one point in time, and also variety over time of kind that corresponds to the needs and interests of their audiences. Kan harus bervariasi, berarti harus bisa memberikan informasi yang relevan, ya, kebutuhan sesuai dengan kebutuhan dan minat audiens. Ya, there is an example the product of the government to do a control to media. Ya, there is a undang-undang, ya. There is a variation of undang-undang nomor 33 ya tahun 2019 is about the film, nomor 40 tahun 99 about the pairs, and undang-undang nomor 32 2002 tentang broadcasting, about broadcasting, and undang-undang nomor 19 2016 yang diubah dari undang-undang nomor 11 tahun 2008 tentang ITE karena kontroversi dianggap multitafsir. So actually this is the product of the government. So what? So take the responsibility of the media. So it's should be ideal, harus ideal. Jadi pemerintah itu mengontrol media agar tetap ideal media itu. Ya, meskipun tadi bisa saja yang terjadi sebaliknya. Okay, this is the independence institution ya, that controlling ya or arrange the media. Kita punya Dewan Pers. Dewan Pers itu yang menjaga, so the journalists should be independent. And then KPI, Komisi Penyiaran Indonesia, that actually controlling ya, and mengawasi itu ya. Kita harus mengawasi bagaimana pemerintah itu harus tetap bisa mencerminkan ya. Media itu harus bisa mencerminkan nilai-nilai yang universal itu tadi. Okay, I think that's all my explanation in this presentation. Thank you very much for attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.